Dear children, I am Rakhi, PGT Economics. Welcome back to Economic Mall. Today we will solve one question paper related to macroeconomics of 12th class. Means the midterm exam of 12th economics we will solve now. First we will solve certain MCQs. First one is total consumption expenditure by household under Keynesian economics is combination of dash and dash. The consumption expenditure made by the household according to Keynesian is the combination of dash and dash. That is the question. Answer is autonomous consumption and induced consumption. Means the total consumption expenditure by the household under Keynesian economics is a combination of autonomous consumption and induced consumption. Autonomous consumption means consumption at zero level of income. Okay. Induced consumption means consumption will increase with the increase in income. So, according to Keynes, the household consumption expenditure, it is the combination of autonomous consumption and induced consumption. That is the answer. Second one, GNP at MP is measured as. We study the difference of 3. Means gross net difference, that is depreciation. Second letter, that is national domestic difference is NFIA. Likewise, market price factor cost difference is net indirect tax, that we already studied in previous classes. So here GNP at MP is measured as GDP at MP plus net factor income from abroad. That is the answer. Net factor income from abroad. Because here domestic we have to convert into national. We already studied domestic convert to national means domestic you have to add NFIA, that is net factor income from abroad. So, GNP at MP is measured as GDP at MP plus net factor income from abroad. Third one is, if the legal reserve ratio is 20%, that is LRR is 20%, the value of the money multiplier would be dash. Okay. So, here money multiplier formula, that is what? 1 by LRR. Okay, 1 by LRR is the formula to find out the money multiplier. Here LRR, that is legal reserve ratio, is 20%. Means 1 by 20%. Means 1 by 20 by 100. So it will come 100 by 20. So what is the answer? 5. The answer is 5. Means if the legal reserve ratio is 20%, the value of the money multiplier would be 5. That is the answer. How to find out the money multiplier? The formula is 1 by LRR. So LRR already here given. Legal reserve ratio is 20%. So 1 by 20%, 1 by 20, that is 1 by 20 by 100. Means 100 by 20, 100 by 20 equal to 5. 5 is the answer. Next one is statutory liquid ratio, that is SLR. What is statutory liquid ratio? It is the percentage of deposit kept by the commercial bank itself to meet the day-to-day transaction. So the answer is, it implies the percentage of net time deposit liabilities the commercial bank which must be kept in the form of cash with themselves. Means SLR is the statutory liquid ratio. It is the percentage of deposit kept by the commercial bank itself to meet the day-to-day transaction. Okay. So the 4 questions and answers you understood. Yes, no? Next we will study the fifth one. Fifth one is public goods possess which of the following features in the economy? Public goods means what? The goods provided by the government. So the answer is they are non-excludable. Non-excludable means every public, means every people have the right to acquire that public facilities. Okay. So the public goods provided by the government, it is non-excludable. Means all have the right to enjoy the facilities provided by the government. Next one is they are non-rivalrous. They are non-rivalrous means if one person occupy that goods, it not prevent the use of other person. So it is a non-rivalrous. So this is the answer. Means public goods possess which of the following features in the economy? They are non-excludable and they are non-rivalrous. Next one, sixth one is, as per the National Stock Exchange data dated 9th June 2023, there was a net selling of worth 309 rupees crore by foreign institutional investment, that is FII. FII means a foreign institutional investment. Over mentioned transaction will be recorded on dash side of the dash account of balance of payment. Okay. So balance of payment how? Debit side likewise credit side. Likewise capital account and revenue account. Okay. So here the foreign institutional investment, they made investment in India. Foreigners made investment in India. So actually it is the credit side. Likewise, it is related to the capital account of balance of payment. So the answer is credit side of capital account of balance of payment. Okay. Next, the seventh one. Seventh question is, identify the correct pair of given column B by making them with the respective concepts in column A. Means match the following. Here I given the direct answer only. Column A, reduction in the value of domestic currency by the government. The value of the currency is reduced by the government means it is known as devaluation. So reduction in the value of domestic currency by the government, it is known as devaluation. Second one, reduction in the value of domestic currency by market forces. Market forces means demand and supply. So through the demand and supply, if the value of domestic currency decreases, it is known as depreciation. Third one, increase in the value of domestic currency by the government. If the government increase the value of the domestic currency, it is known as revaluation. Next one, increase in the value of domestic currency by the market forces, through the market forces. Through demand and supply, if the value of the domestic currency increases, it is known as appreciation. So the direct answer I given here. Clear? Next one is eighth one. Eighth one is whether the following statements are true or false. Okay, first statement, value of MPC and MPS varies between 0 and 1. This is true. Second one, second statement, sum of the MPC and the MPS is equal to 1. That also true. So both statements are true. Next, ninth one, if the value of the investment multiplier is 4, disinvestment minus 60, identify the saving function. So you have to study the saving function formula. The formula is S equal to minus bar C plus 1 minus B into Y. This is the formula. Saving function formula S equal to minus bar C, that is autonomous consumption, that is what disinvestment, plus 1 minus B means MPC. So 1 minus MPC into Y. Y means income. Okay. So based on this, you have to derive saving function formula. Based on what? Here they given investment multiplier is 4. That is K is equal to 4. And disinvestment minus 60. From that you have to derive the saving function formula. So the saving function formula is minus bar C plus 1 minus B into Y. Here minus bar C, that is disinvestment, they already given minus 60 plus 1 minus B into Y, that we have to find out. Here K is multiplier, K is equal to 1 by 1 minus NPC. Here they given investment multiplier is 4. So the K 1 by 1 minus NPC is already given 4. So 1 by 1 minus NPC equal to 4 means 1 we taken here and 1 minus NPC 4 here multiply with here divided 1 minus NPC there multiplying. So 1 equal to 4 into here dividing there going what multiplication 4 into 1 minus NPC. So 1 equal to 4 minus 4 into 1 4 minus 4 into MPC 4 MPC. So minus 4 MPC here taken and here 1 4 there going time 1 minus 4. So minus 4 MPC 1 minus 4 is equal to minus 3. So MPC is equal to minus 3 by minus 4. Minus minus plus only. So 3 by 4. 3 by 4 answer is 0.75. So B is 0.75. B means what? MPC. So 1 minus 0.75 we have to find out. 1 minus B. 1 minus 0.75 equal to 0.25. So 0.25 is the 1 minus b into y. This is the answer. Saving is equal to minus 60 plus 0.25y. That is the answer. Okay. Once again I will say the value of the investment multiplier is 4. That is k is already given 4. That is 1 by 1 minus MPC is equal to 4. Okay. From that we can find out what MPC value. So here 1 here writing and 1 minus MPC here divided, they are going multiplication. So 4 into 1 minus MPC. 1 equal to 4 into 1 4 minus 4 into MPC 4 MPC. Okay, here minus 4 MPC here taken, then 1 is there, then this 4 there going time minus 4, 1 minus 4. So minus 4 MPC is equal to minus 3. MPC is equal to minus 3 by minus 4, that is 3 by 4 is equal to 0.75. So B is equal to 0.75. B means MPC only. Here 1 minus B you have to find out, means 1 minus MPC. So MPC we already got 0.75. So 1 minus 0.75, that is the answer 0.25. So the answer is 1 minus B 0.25. And here they already given disinvestment minus 60. So minus bar C minus 60 plus 1 minus B is 0.25 into y. This is the same function formula. Next we will study about the 10th question and answer. 10th question is, which one of the following is revenue expenditure? Here the correct answer is subsidy. Revenue expenditure means it neither create asset, likewise it not reduce the liability of the government. Okay, so revenue expenditure in example is subsidies. Okay, subsidies it neither create asset, likewise it not reduce the liability of the government. Okay, so the revenue expenditure correct answer is subsidy. Next one, if real GDP is equal to 300 and price index is 120, calculate the nominal GDP. And price index base is 100. So you have to study the formula how to calculate the price index. Price index is equal to nominal GDP by real GDP into 100. So price index here directly given 120 equal to nominal GDP we have to find out. So you write nominal GDP by real GDP also they given. How much that real GDP is 300. So nominal GDP by 300 into 100. That is price index. Price index is how much? 120. So from this you have to find out what? Nominal GDP. Here 2020 cancelled. So nominal GDP by 3 equal to 120. So nominal GDP is equal to here 120 you have to write and 3 is here dividing. So they are going time into 3. So 120 into 3, 360. Nominal GDP is 360. You can write down the question and answer. This is very important questions and its answer key of the CBSE questions of midterm fund. 12th one is distinguish between the autonomous item and accommodating items of balance of payment. Okay, so balance of payment we can see the two types of items, that is autonomous items and accommodating items. So the difference basis you have to write first meaning. First meaning, autonomous items. Autonomous items refers to those international economic transactions. Autonomous items are related to the international economic transaction and its aim is or its objective is profit maximization. It is undertaken due to the maximization of profit. That is the main aim of autonomous transaction or autonomous items. So autonomous item refers to those international economic transactions. It is related to the international economic transactions. Likewise, its economic motive is profit maximization. Next one is accommodating items. Accommodating items refers to the transaction that are undertaken to cover the deficit and surplus in the autonomous items. Okay. So in the autonomous transaction, if there is deficit or surplus, to maintain the balance, which items are taken? Accommodating items. So accommodating items refers to the transaction that are undertaken to cover the deficit or surplus in the autonomous transactions. Next one is effect on balance of payment account. Second difference basis is effect on balance of payment account. Autonomous items, it is independent of the balance of payment account. Okay. But in the case of accommodating items, to maintain the balance, it is necessary. So it is depends upon what? Balance of payment account, because it need to maintain the balance in balance of payment account. Which one? Accommodating items. Third difference is current or capital account. In the case of the autonomous items, it include both current account and capital account. But accommodating items, it is needed for maintain the balance, no. So it is including only the capital account. Last one is alternative name. The other name of autonomous items is above line items, because it is profit motive. And accommodating items, it is needed to maintain the balance in balance of payment. So it is known as below the line items. So these are the four difference between the autonomous items and accommodating items. This is 4-mark questions. Okay. This is 4-mark questions. So you have to study. This is very important questions. Difference between the autonomous items and accommodating items. This is 4-mark questions. Okay, first we studied 1-mark questions, and last one, that problem to find out the nominal GDP, that is 3-mark question. This one is a 4-mark question. So you have to write the 4 differences between the autonomous items and accommodating items. Next we study the 13th question and answer. 13th question is, explain the process of money creation by commercial bank using hypothetical numerical example. Using imaginary example, you have to explain the process of money creation, that is credit creation of the commercial bank. Here, what is money creation or credit creation of the commercial bank? Money creation or credit creation means the capacity of the commercial bank to create a multiple deposit from the initial deposit. Means from the initial deposit, the commercial bank can create a multiple deposit. That is money multiplier, means multiple money creation or credit creation of the commercial bank. Okay. This money creation or credit creation of the commercial bank, it is based on the 2 assumptions. Here we assume that the entire banking system is 1 unit. Means all commercial bank is only 1 unit, that is 1 bank. Second one is, all the receipts and payments are made through the bank. Likewise, all payments are made through the check. Likewise, all receipts are deposited in the commercial bank. So these are 2 assumptions. First one is the entire banking system is 1 unit. Second one is all the receipts and payments are made through the bank, that also through the check facilities. Okay. Here numerical example we will study. How the commercial bank create multiple deposit from the initial deposit, that you will study now. Okay. Here deposit, first column, that is initial deposit is 1000. Suppose one consumer made the deposit of 1000 rupees. Then what is the CRR? 20% is the LRR. So 1000 rupees LRR, 1000 rupees 20%. 1000 rupees 20% is how? 1000 rupees 20% is 200. So the CRR is 200. So after reducing the 200 from the deposit 1000, remaining 800 is giving loans. 1000 minus 200, 800 is giving loans. Okay. So those person who got the loans 800, we are assuming that round 1 he again depositing in the bank 800. So 820% is what? 160. How to find out the 820%? 800 into 20 by 100. Then we got the answer 160. So 160 is the CRR. So 800 20% is 160. So 800 160 is deducting after keeping the certain percentage of CRR from the deposit. The remaining amount is giving loans. So 800 minus 160, the answer is 640. Okay. So 640 loan, those who got, he again depositing in the round 2 in the bank. 640 is again depositing in the bank. 640. 640 20%. 640 20% is 128. So 128 is the CRR. So from the 640 deposit, after keeping CRR 128, remaining amount 640 minus 128, answer is what? 512. So the 512 is giving loans. Like this process continuing, like that we are assuming that a total deposit is 5000. So 5000 20%, that is 5000 into 20 by 100. What is the answer? 1000. So the 1000 is the CRR. So from the 5000, after keeping the CRR 1000, the loan is 4000. 5000 minus 1000 is equal to 4000. Okay. So here you can see that from the initial deposit 1000, here the commercial bank can create 5000 deposit. Means here 5 times increased. So the money multiplier, money creation is the answer is 5. That how we find it means 1 by LRR. Here 1 by LRR means what? How much here? LRR, CRR 20%. So 1 by 20% means 1 by 20 by 100 means 100 by 20. Answer is 5. So the money creation, money multiplier is 5%. Okay, clear? So explain the process of money creation or by the commercial bank or credit creation of the commercial bank using hypothetical numerical example means first you have to write what is money creation or credit creation. It is the capacity of the commercial bank create multiple deposit from the initial deposit. Then you have to write the numerical example. Clear, no? Next we will study the 14th question and answer. Okay, 13th question and answer we studied, that is find out the money creation or credit creation of the commercial bank with a hypothetical example, that is 4 mark questions, sure questions. Next one is 14th question, that is calculate the revenue deficit and primary deficit. So you have to study the formula. Revenue deficit is equal to revenue expenditure minus revenue receipt. And primary deficit formula is fiscal deficit minus interest payment. Okay. So from this available data, you can see the revenue deficit, revenue expenditure and revenue receipt. Okay. So here revenue expenditure is 22,250 and capital expenditure is 28,000. Revenue receipt is 17,750. Capital receipt is 20,000. Interest payment 5,000 and borrowing 12,500. This is the available data. So like this data is available in the question paper. From this directly we can apply the equations. Okay. So first one is revenue deficit. What is the formula to find out the revenue deficit? That is revenue expenditure minus revenue receipt. So revenue expenditure is 22,250 minus revenue receipt. How much? Revenue receipt is 17,750. By deducting you get the answer 4,500. So 4,500 is the answer of revenue deficit. Next one is primary deficit. How to calculate the primary deficit? Fiscal deficit minus interest payment. Here fiscal deficit other name is borrowing. Borrowing how much? 12,500. So 12,500 minus what is the interest payment? Interest payment is 5,000. So 12,500 minus 5,000, that is the answer 7,500. So the primary deficit is 7,500. Clear? You please write this question and answer. This is also important questions. 15th question is explain how the exchange rate is determined under free market exchange rate system. Free market exchange rate system means here the exchange rate is determined by the market forces of demand and supply. What is foreign exchange rate? Means it is rate at which one currency is exchanged with the other currency. Okay. So how to fix the equilibrium or how the exchange rate is determined in the free market, means flexible market, by the market forces of demand and supply. That I will explain with the help of this diagram. Here you can see that x-axis demand supply of foreign exchange and y-axis you have to write the rate of foreign exchange. Here the equilibrium exchange rate is E, that is OR. Okay, and the equilibrium quantity is OQ. So the equilibrium exchange rate is OR at E and equilibrium quantity is OQ. When the exchange rate increases, OR to OR2. So when the exchange rate increases, the supply of the foreign exchange it will increases. Means at OR2, the supply will increases OQ to OQ1. Okay. Then at a high exchange rate, what will happen? The demand decreases. At R2, you can see that demand decreases OQ to OQ2. Here the demand touching here. Here at a high exchange rate OR2, the equilibrium quantity changes and the quantity decreases from OQ to OQ2. Okay, so the demand decreases. So demand of the foreign exchange decreasing time, they again come back to the equilibrium, that is OR. They reduce the exchange rate into OR. Then if the exchange rate is less than the equilibrium, that is OR1, exchange rate falls, foreign exchange rate falls from OR to OR1. At low exchange rate, what will happen means demand will increases. Yes, no. At low foreign exchange rate, demand will increases and supply will decreases. So at OR1, here you can see that demand increases from OQ to OQ1 and supply decreases from OQ to OQ2. Okay, so when the demand increases, that time the exchange rate again come back to OR, means the exchange rate increases and reaches to the equilibrium position, that is OR, and the E is the equilibrium, then equilibrium quantity of the foreign exchange is OQ. Clear? I will explain this here. E is the equilibrium and foreign exchange rate is OR and equilibrium quantity is OQ. When the exchange rate increases from OR to OR2, when exchange rate increases from OR to OR2, here you can see that high exchange rate, what will happen? Demand decreases OQ to OQ2. Demand decreases OQ to OQ2 and supply, what will happen? At a higher exchange rate, they are ready to supply more. So supply increases from OQ to OQ1. Supply increases OQ2 to OQ1. So here the demand of foreign exchange decreases. Here demand decreases at a high exchange rate. That's why the exchange rate falls OR to OR compared to the equilibrium. Next situation, that is when the exchange rate falls. When exchange rate falls, foreign exchange rate falls, how much? OR1, what will happen? At low exchange rate, demand will increases. So demand increases from OQ to OQ1. Here you can see in this slide. Okay, so demand increases OQ to OQ1 and what will happen? The supply, here you can see the supply decreases from OQ to OQ2. Supply decreases OQ to OQ2. So when the supply decreases and demand increases, that time exchange rate again increases and come back to the equilibrium OR. Okay. So the equilibrium exchange rate is at point E, OR is the equilibrium exchange rate and the quantity, equilibrium quantity is OQ. Clear? Okay, 16th question is find the mixing value. This is 6 mark questions. Here NNPAT FC, that is national income, it is directly given, that is 62,069. Profit, that is 4,250. Wages and salaries 24,500. Mixed income is 28,650. NFIA is minus 250. Operating surplus you have to find. Net export is 1,120. And consumption of fixed capital, that is depreciation, is 4,045. Okay. Here you know from this equation, from this available data, you can easily understand this is the calculation of national income through income method, because here given wages and salaries, that is compensation of employees, likewise mixed income, operating surplus. So from this NFIA, from this we can easily understand this is the calculation of national income through income method. So the formula to find out the national income through income method, NNPAT FC means national income. So the formula to find out the national income or NNPAT FC is compensation of employees plus operating surplus, means rent, wage, interest, profit plus mixed income plus NFIA. Okay. Here from this available data, NNPT-FC, that is directly given, national income is directly given, that is 62,069. So you have to just apply this formula. From this you have to find out the operating surplus. Okay. So first one, compensation of employees. How much is the compensation of employees' wages and salaries? 24,500 plus operating surplus we have to find out. So you just write OS, that is operating surplus. Okay. Plus next one is mixed income. How much is the mixed income? 28,650 plus NFI, that is net factory income from abroad. It is negative, means income from abroad, it is less than the income to abroad. So it is negative. NFIA minus 250. So minus 250 you have to add. Okay. So 62,069 equal to, by adding these two you will get 52,900 plus OS you write like that only. So next one, 62,069 minus 52,900, you will get the answer 9,169. Okay. Here you can see that 62,069, that is a NNPT-FC directly given. So by adding this, that is compensation of employees and mixed income, that is 24,500 plus mixed income is 28,650. Get the answer 5,300 and means 53,000 and 53,150. By adding 24,500 and 28,650, you will get 53,150. Okay. So 53,150 plus OS minus 250. So 53,150 minus 250, what will get? 52,900. So 52,900 plus OS, you get the answer NNPT-FC 62,069. So OS is equal to 62,069 minus 52,900. That answer is 9,169. That is 62,069 minus 52,900. Okay, that is 9,169, that is operating surplus. Operating surplus is equal to 9,169. Okay, we can check it that. Here, instead of OS, you write 9,169. Then you just apply this equation, you will get the answer 62,069 NNPT-FC. Here we can recheck the answer, means NNPT-FC, you apply all that answers. So that is NNPT-FC is 62,069, compensation of employees 24,500 plus operating surplus we got now. How much that? 9,169 plus, and next one is mixed income 20,650. By adding all that you will get 62,390. 62,319. From that you have to deduct 250 minus 250. We can check it whether we got the answer, that is NNPT-FC. So minus 250 we got the answer 62,069. So the answer is correct. That is operating surplus is equal to OS is equal to, I will write full, operating surplus is equal to 9,169. Okay, I think everyone understood. So you can study all these questions and answers. If you like my classes, please like and subscribe my channel Economic Mall.